So then now, so when you then started Half Adin, how would and I'm thinking of like I've seen the site, you showed me what it looks like when like
Yeah.
kind of questions, and I was really impressed by the detail of just the questions and surveys. So could you explain a little bit that this problem that women have, that sisters are definitely they're emailing me about, particularly when they're filling the questionnaire. I've got a questionnaire about what are your fears about marriage, because it's so strange that women are fearing the idea of getting married.
Yeah.
And so number one, they're thinking, how do I know if someone is compatible with me? So
Very
okay,
good
I could
question.
be attracted to someone
Yeah.
and we're Muslim, like that's the two stepping stones. But then how do I know so I like the look of them, what next? And then there is the issue
Okay.
that people are saying, how do how can I safely find someone online? They're the two that I'm hoping, inshallah, you can really help with those two questions, inshallah.
Okay. It's actually very, very excellent question. So let's start with the first question first, compatibility. Now, again, as I said, we go through the progressive world we live in today. They have minimized the mentality, minimize the way we look for people. It used to be when I was looking to get married, you look at, they had these websites, they showed your picture about me, about you, and they give you your height, your weight, your eye color, hair color, unfortunately, skin color, all these little nonsense things. And then from that, you would have some information to choose who you want to pursue for marriage. This was back in 2001. So 20 years later, you would think, wow, with all the progression and all this advancements, we must be much, much more advanced. No, we took 10 steps back. So now we reduced you down to just your picture, your age, and your first name. And then with that, we call this thing called swiping. All you're doing is swiping, looking for the next person to marry. And for a lot of people, so we'll give you a lot of people to swipe through, because now that we've minimized you, a lot more people, unfortunately, mostly men, 66% of like a typical Muslim matchmaking website is designed, is a majority men. And you wonder to yourself, well, that's great. Sisters like, oh, mostly men, I can have a lot less competition. But then you think to yourself, wait, why aren't a lot of sisters using these websites? And the reason why is because it's not designed for a female's perspective as well. It's only designed from the male's perspective. So unfortunately, in that aspect, we are living in a world where, when websites are designed just for men, and men are much more visual, and all we just need is just what? A picture. She just has to look somewhat attractive and we're good to go. That doesn't work for sisters.
Yeah.
He may look handsome, but handsome is not enough for you to marry him.
Exactly.
Is he trustworthy? Is he compatible with me? Can I tolerate him? Can he tolerate me? What is his interest? What is he thinks he's into? What type of ideas he carry? I mean, he's a Muslim, but what kind of Muslim is he? All the 100 questions are going through your head. Like, what is his views about in-laws? Would he marry someone who's divorced? Would he marry someone with children? Would he? And we don't have any of these answers. And that picture is not going to do it.
No.
So a lot of women, that's not enough for them to swipe right. And swipe right, for those who are not familiar, on these apps is, hey, if you find someone attractive, swipe right. If you don't find them attractive, swipe left.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what they do. They just basically give you thousands of pictures, and this is what you're literally doing. I was sitting in a flight one day, and the guy next to me was doing this. And he's like, I'm like, I can't even see the pictures he's swiping on. And all he's seeing, he doesn't even see their name. All he's looking at how beautiful she is. Is she beautiful enough? Next. You don't even see there anything. So I thought to myself, what about a website that's designed for men and women? And the only way I can do this is to bring sisters on board. About half of our team are sisters, practicing sisters, and say, what do you guys need to choose somebody? Well, we need this. So we put all of those ideas within the website of Half Deen. So when you go to Half Deen, you see their personality, what they're attracted to, what they can tolerate in a marriage. You can see over 100 different interests, which interests you have in common. And more importantly, you can see like the priorities they have in life. And I'll give you guys some examples. So you guys can do this. For if you're looking to get married right now, and you're speaking to somebody, and you want to see what it would be like if I was on Half Deen. Can I try one of those features with the person I'm speaking to right now? So I'll give you guys an example. So we have something called priorities. And in priorities, I give you a list of 10 things, and I ask you to prioritize this on the most important to the least important. And I removed physical attraction because most guys are going to put that higher on their list. And we remove success or well-established because most sisters are going to put that higher on their list. The reason I removed those, I want to see what do you guys have in common that's not based on gender, but based on just more neutral. Like, for example, intelligence or like generosity, desire for children, patience, similar education, kindness, similar religious understanding, manners, same culture, neatness, all of those things. I will give you, those all sound good things, but I need you to prioritize. So for example, let's say you're talking to somebody and the sister's number one thing is kindness, number two is similar religious understanding, and number three is desire for children of her list, right? And then you look at the brothers you're talking to and you ask them, hey, here's those 10 things Baba Ali told me about. Can you put these in your order? And the guy will put in his order and then send it back to her. And he notices desire for children is number 10 on his list. And same culture is number 1. And then you realize we are not the same culture. Right. So if we're not the same culture and number 1 is the same culture, and I don't know, that's going to be a problem, because if you're same and I'm not the same culture, maybe we shouldn't waste our time with each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I want children, and you're saying desire for children is the least important on your list. That means you probably don't want children. So this is the things that we end up not talking about until we are chit-chatting, having some conversations, going on quote unquote halal dates with chaperones. And then we realize it doesn't work. And then we break it off. And then you rinse and repeat again.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
A lot of sisters you talk to, they say, I'm mentally exhausted from doing the same thing over and over again because I keep talking to people that are just not compatible with me. And I don't want people to do that. I want people to.
That sounds like a really good feature then. That and then how do you, for example, privacy on the website? How do you ensure that? Because that's another high priority for women.
How do you ensure that you're compatible?
No, sorry, privacy. That how do you?
Privacy, yes.
Yeah.
So one of the things that our website is very unique is that you can't see anyone on the website until you join. In other words, the only people that know you're looking to get married on Half Our Deen are people looking to get married. So on a typical website, they use your profile like other websites. They use your profile to attract people, especially men. Just show some pictures of beautiful women, it will attract the men in and they'll sign up to, that's what they do, unfortunately. And these are Muslim websites.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. It's that's what is so. It's just giving, like you said, just taken the non-Muslim model and haven't thought, well, what does Quran and Sunnah say about this? Just because it's online, it doesn't mean you throw the Islamic rules about gender interaction and privacy or just the whole. It's like going online is somehow you don't need to follow the Islamic rules anymore. And I know, because women are, I don't, they do become desperate. They've set themselves and they're feeling so lonely. They just think this is the way to do it in 2021. This is what I'm just going to have to do. If I want to get someone, I'll just do it, But then there's it's interesting, a sister wrote a chapter in my book detailing her experience of exactly what you just said, that, the Muslim app, a Muslim app. And she said it was horrendous. By the end of it, she was like mentally exhausted, and she said the whole experience was so traumatic. You felt like a product rather than a person. And that's what capitalism does to us, isn't it? And why should we do that? We don't. That would be my advice. That rather than going there, go to Half Our Deen. And again, the brother hasn't he hasn't paid me to say this. I just see there are halal options. Choose them, inshallah, because I think, and it's so good that you've got the site, alhamdulillah.
The platform and the way we're doing it attracts a lot less people. See, I'm not going to get all those people who are going to be attracted. I'm not using women to get men to sign up. Therefore, all those men who are chasing women, I don't get those people on my website, which is actually a good thing.
Yes.
But then on the negative side, when you just look at my numbers, I only have like 2,300 people using the website, but those are actually people using the website. So another website will say, hey, we have 30,000 people. That's great. How many actually are using the website?
Yeah.
They never tell you. So we specifically use the word active members, because if they're not active, what's the point? Right. And I feel that's deceiving. This entire business itself can be very deceiving if you want to do a deceiving way of doing it. And I don't want to do it that way. And because I'm trying to do things the halal way, I won't have the numbers of the non-Muslim way of doing things, right? I'm not going to exaggerate the numbers. I'm not going to just use sisters' pictures to get guys to sign up. Now, with that said, once you do sign up, now you can see the people, you can see their pictures as well. But even then, I try to do things a little bit more Islamically. Like, for example, you can only see the opposite gender. There's no reason for sisters to see other sisters because that only leads to backbiting, right? And and the second part of it is, other than your main profile picture, all the additional pictures you can mark private, which means nobody else can see those pictures except for the people you specifically grant permission to, and you can always remove that permission later. Another thing we do on our website, again, it's not very attractive, and this is why other websites don't do it. If you're a young sister, maybe you're in your 20s, right? Or in your 30s, and you don't want brothers way older than you contacting you. It's creepy. Like, you're older than my dad. Why are you talking to me? I don't want to get your message. I don't want to get your like, right? You can actually block that so you never receive it. Kind of like disappear from those people's profiles, and they never see you.
Yeah.
So yeah, why wouldn't another website do this? They'll say, hey, how we're gonna get these older guys to sign up? We know they want a 45-year-old, 50-year-old guy wants a 21-year-old woman. So we don't care if she feels uncomfortable. We're getting money from those guys. And once we say no to those guys, we lose that revenue. See, it comes down to money, money, money.
Yeah.
And even though Half Our Deen is a for-profit business, I don't want to make sure that's transparent. Money is not the priority. So I'm doing a lot of decisions that make the site unattractive for a lot of people, but I want to do things the correct way. So you're saying, well, we don't have that many people as other websites. Then why is your success story so high? It's because the quality of people is different. You know, if you're looking for dates, great. I'm just making sure I'm very transparent with you. Again, this sounds like something that a person owner of a website shouldn't tell you. If you're looking for like a temporary relationship, you want to have some fun and stuff like that, don't join Half Our Deen. You'll waste your time. If you're looking to get married, then I want you on our website. I really don't want you on our website if you're there to just mess around. And by the way, I'm not there to judge. Each person has their own attention. I cannot filter out. And that's one thing I also want to mention. When you join a website, any website, this is not a reflection of the website. We have no control of who joins or the quality of Muslims out there. The quality of Muslim men and women that are looking to get married is a reflection of the ummah.
Yes, that's it. That's exactly it.
Oh, that unfortunately. But there is different ways to attract different audiences, right? If you have a place that serves alcohol and they do shisha and alcohol, you're going to attract a certain audience, right? Because whoever likes, oh, shisha's okay. But by the way, we also serve alcohol. And if they don't feel uncomfortable with that and people drinking at their table, that will attract a certain audience. And some other Muslims will say, look, the whole shisha thing, maybe, but the alcohol, no way. And they'll go to another place to eat dinner. Does that make sense? So we will attract we're like, hey, we're not going to do all that stuff. We're going to do some things in a different way. So naturally we attract a different crowd. So that's the truth of it.
Alhamdulillah, that sounds good too.